Hello and welcome to the next episode of the Pettifoggers podcast. What episode is it? Episode 4? Who cares? This week we played Fortnite. There was a new Halloween update called Fortnitemares, and that is all the information I have. Lols is going to tell you even more about it. Not Bells, Lols.
Oh, he's just thrown us right off there because Bells had prepared all this and not me. Thank you, Piers.
You're more than welcome.
To summarise, their update came out yesterday or the day before, and introduced minor. I say minor because it is minor. Halloween-themed aspects to the game, such as pumpkin buckets and spooky NPCs. There's a broomstick, you guys were saying? I didn't actually look and see this, but you said there's a broomstick?
Did you not look up any material whatsoever, Lol? What the hell?
Are you involved in this podcast?
What?
Or no? Is it just me and Bells that do this?
Wow, yeah. Keep going, Lol. Let's not slow you down there, Lol.
Bells, do you want to fill in all the gaps that Lols is
Right.
in?
So basically, there's a few new items that have been attached in. A few old favourites, which would be the pumpkin launcher, which I don't know if you were speaking about that or the actual decorations throughout the world, but you have the pumpkin launcher back in. The stake shotgun, which is a 4-round shotgun, which has pretty decent damage. There is also a katana. I think it's Throne's katana has been added in. Yep, Throne's vampiric blade. I do apologise. And also a broomstick for traversal around the map. It's more mobility that's added in. There's also been the return of the raid mode. The horde mode has been added back into the game. For the horde mode, there have been a number of quests that have been added in for people to complete. And once you complete them, you can get the likes of a pickaxe. I think is the best thing you can get out of it. It's a fancy pickaxe. You don't have to pay V-Bucks for it. A sticker and a badge, I believe. Yeah, sticker and a badge. There's other quests that are going to come out throughout. But yep, horde mode is a separate mode in Fortnite, not in the Battle Royale, but a separate mode you can go into with a group of friends or with randoms.
See, I told you he had so much more prepared than me.
Because he's professional. So yeah, just to sum it up, the main chunk of the update was this one game mode called the Horde, which we played for 15, 20 minutes. We played it once, and there's not a lot of replayability. It's a little bit like zombies on Call of Duty, I guess. But you move around zones in the map dictated by the zone, the gas. Zombies, essentially zombies, run at you, and you have to kill them and stay alive for as long as possible. That was the bulk of the update, along with some, as you called them earlier, trinkets.
It's really just trinkets, novelty stuff that isn't really massive.
So as Lols alluded to earlier, it was rather underwhelming. We probably got about 20 minutes worth out of the update, and then moved on to some other community games, which we'll get onto later. But we'll have a chat about the update itself first. And then we can talk about some other bits that did sort of save it. But Lols, go on, crack on. I can't remember what the next question is. I haven't got the script in front of me because you've not done your job again.
Actually, Bells did the job this week. Thank you.
It's not been done.
In terms of differences, there's none to normal Fortnite. It's a usual 4-man squad. The horde mode is very basic, really. I didn't really particularly like it. I mean, you've got the benefit of the game obviously being completely free, so it's something that you maybe do if you already have Fortnite. I wouldn't be going to download the game specifically just for the Halloween events that Fortnite have introduced. Maybe going on topic of what we're going to discuss later, maybe different with the community games, but I definitely wouldn't download it specifically for Fortnitemares. It was really underwhelming. I wasn't that impressed. What about you, Bells?
I'm complete opposite of you, Fair. I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. Now, that might have a factor to do with the fact that I was the top of the scoreboard, the last one to survive as the best player in that, to actually understand the build mechanics of Fortnite, because I'm just better than you. But I genuinely enjoyed it because they have like a new, fresh look to the minions. They do it every year, but they change it up. Yes, would I like to have seen it back in Battle Royale how it used to be in the first seasons, to be a bit more of a hindrance for other players? Yeah, because I enjoyed that. I feel like having it as a separate format where you can only have four people is a bit of a limiting, and it's I do wonder how many people are actually going to go play it. Pierce, you're saying about not a lot of replayability. I would disagree, because we only got to the first boss essentially, or we got past the first mini boss with the machine gun. We got on to the first big boss. You don't know how many more past that. I'm assuming that actually might be the final boss that you have to beat. He did seem pretty difficult, but there could be more. You don't know. We didn't get that far, and we only played about 20 minutes of it.
If I'd known that as well, like the game doesn't allude to that. The game mode seems like that's all it's going to be, and the fact that it just felt very repetitive, like just waves and waves of zombies. If I'd have known there was you get to this level, you get this or that or whatever, then maybe I'd be more interested. But I just don't think it's well presented, the game.
See, well, I would agree with that. I feel like in older versions, I'm talking like season 1 to season 10 before chapter 2 started, you definitely had more of it had more of an impact, because there was like different modes that they incorporated it in. Yes, there was a lot of people give off about it because they wanted to play Battle Royale, and it was a wee bit more of a hindrance with the amount of zombies that were spawning in. But I feel like it was such a different take that Fortnite was doing at that time, early on. And now it just feels like they've cut it off, put it something separate. It feels like a worse version of the COD Zombies, where there is a little bit more going on in COD Zombies than what there would be in this. Like, variety of enemy types, I believe there is free to start off with. Then there's your standard exploding monster, which causes a gas form. You get shield and health back from killing the zombies, and then there's spawners that if you destroy the spawners, you get a chance to get better guns. I was saying just there, the thing with playing again, I would play it again because I'm a sucker for free skins and pickaxes, and also gliders. I think there's a glider, but that's a separate quest that you have to do on Fortnite. But I'm a sucker for that. I would play it again until I get it done, just to have it.
I think for me though, it just felt like quite a lazy update. It was quite a download. It took a while to do, and then to see just one game mode added in that I'm sure I've played before, I was just a bit underwhelmed by it. Like, nothing really seemed not particularly groundbreaking. But yeah, it was just the same thing again that they just sort of threw out and went, just have a new pickaxe and a backpack, and that was about it.
I would agree with you on that. The one thing is, like I was saying before we started here, was when I was playing, obviously playing Fortnite before, early season 5 was when I first started playing Fortnite, into chapter 2 season 3, and then I think I just dropped off a bit when Call of Duty started picking up with Warzone. But basically, I have to say, Fortnite used to do it where they'd build into each season. You'd see a difference in the map as they added in features and changes. And the whole map would change. Everywhere would have its own Halloween decorations, everything like that. This time it doesn't feel like there's that big a change added, or a big overhaul or big facelift that they'd normally have done in previous years. And let's be honest, it's not like Fortnite is really, a wash up game. There's still plenty of people play it. So I don't understand why Epic seems to be having as you say, laziness of just repackaging up the same old game. Why not just put that bit of extra effort in,
Well, that's it. I think a little bit of extra effort would have brought more people back to the game. Like me and Lyles, we haven't played it for, I personally haven't played it for maybe 6 months, a year. It would have brought me back if there was a lot of changes to the map, not in terms of what guns there are or whatever, but just how it looks and feels. If it was a bit more Halloween-y, it would have brought me back in for a month, and then I maybe would have got the battle pass and stayed with it a bit longer. I had a look at the battle pass as well. There was nothing that was Halloween themed in there either, and I felt like that was a bit of a missed opportunity as well. You know, if I could be a werewolf or something, just for example, I'd been a bit more inclined to go, oh yeah, go on, I'll get that and I'll play that for a month. But because it felt quite sort of backhanded or lazy, there was just that one game mode which, after one time of playing it, I wasn't itching to jump back in. I don't think any of us were itching to jump back into it. It sort of was like, yeah, this is a one and done. Whereas, yeah, I think they missed an opportunity. They could have brought a ton of people back over, because the battle royale scene at the minute is sort of lacking.
It's up in the air. I feel. It's up in the air. Anyone could have it. You know, if someone really made a big change, I know what you're saying about the battle pass, but I feel like they're doing more item shop Halloween stuff. I believe there's four new ones that they're bringing, and then they'll do their general rotation of old skins, Skull Trooper, all that. They'll bring that back in the rotation in the item shop to try and catch people that haven't got it previously, want to get it again. You were saying about a werewolf. I think that was a season.
It was just the first Halloween example that popped into my head.
No, but genuinely, that's the thing. That's going back to like older seasons. They generally put in a werewolf skin that week on week they would open up new quests for you to progress that skin and to become a full-fledged werewolf skin. I'm not sure which season it was, but that progressed all the way into the Halloween part of that season. You know, because that's when the season was going to be going like fizzling out. You would then have your full werewolf come Halloween when you were running around.
Yeah,
but they don't seem to do that now.
Cool. Yeah, that's quite a progression, right? And there was nothing, like you said. Oh, you can buy the Halloween stuff if you want straight out. I also had a look in the item store. I couldn't really see anything that
was like that good.
Yeah, and the notes that we've sent round from what was actually brought out, it said there was Jack Skellington from The Nightmare Before Christmas, and another skin as well. I looked on the item store; they weren't on there, so I'm assuming they'll be there in the weeks coming or whatever. But
there's also meant to be your guy. What do you call him?
Oh, Michael Myers.
Michael Myers and Alan Wake. Alan Wake's meant to be going into.
Yeah, so they're the ones that were on the post put out by Fortnite themselves or whatever the website was. Yeah, actually by Fortnite. And none of that was in there. There was Laserbeam and some YouTube creators.
The Icon series.
That was about it. And it just all of it. None of it actually felt Halloween related. Even the Horde game mode didn't feel Halloween.
Do you think our expectations are a bit high though? Do you think it's, with Fortnite being a target audience of kind of a wide target audience, they can't, I suppose, in a way, like with Call of Duty and stuff like that, we can expect more scarier stuff because of the age range and it's aimed at 18 plus, whereas Fortnite is obviously more targeted to the younger audience, so perhaps we're just expecting too much from it.
No, I don't think you need to make it scary. Like you can have Halloween things that aren't scary, like classic sort of American trick or treat, so you know, just some of those fake cobwebs kicking about and like pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns.
Make the map just look a little bit more.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like quite generic Halloween stuff, which it wouldn't be difficult for them. Yeah.
I also feel like change up the Horde Rush. You know what I mean? They've done the same Horde Rush basically from their PvE version. Like when they had the PvE game, that Horde Rush, like they've changed up the monsters, the zombies as such over the years. But like the spawners are the exact same from when they first started, just an updated texture, exact same model on it. I feel like why keep doing the same thing over and over again? Why have it where you spawn on the map? Because it is generally, it's just the Fortnite map, and as Lol said earlier, they make you move around, then it expands out, you hold your line for another round, then you move again. You know, you can't just set up a base. But at the same time, why can't you do something different? Why can't you add in like a Horde Rush game where they have a pre-built house? They have the facilities to do it with how good the like development tools they have in the game now. They could quite easily have like a house one, different styles of Horde Rush games. Try something different rather than throwing out the exact same thing as Pierce said. You know?
Yeah, yes, that's what I meant. Like, just do something slightly different. It's just felt very much copy and paste.
Yeah.
But as we mentioned earlier, there was sort of a bit of a saving grace in terms of the community games and maps and things that had been built. So we played them a little bit. I don't know if you guys want to get into your ratings for the update itself, and then we can talk about the community games, or do you want to talk about the community games and then give a rating? Or
sure, we'll do the rating for them separate. We'll do it separate. Do it separate, in my opinion, because they're two different things in my mind.
Yeah. All right. So, I guess first, would you play it again? I personally, I wouldn't go back and play the Fortnite update again. I'm not bothered about getting the skins. I don't want to play the Horde Rush. I'm not going back to it anytime soon. Bells, you might feel differently. What do you reckon?
Oh yeah, no, 100%. I will be going back because I'm a sucker for a freebie. If you're in a superstore and they're giving out free food, I'll be going back 3 or 4 times. Be like, oh, I'm a different person. Have the hoodie on, take the hoodie off, put the hat, the baseball cap forward, backwards. Make them think that you're slightly different each time. But no, I'll be trying to get the pickaxe because I don't think it'd be overly difficult to do. So rating wise, I'm going to rate it. I feel like
we don't care if you want to play it again, Lars.
For context, I don't.
Okay.
I don't want to play it again. I haven't been into Fortnite since probably the start of season 2. I played it briefly last season for a little while, but it's not my game anymore.
Yeah. Okay. And then ratings. Go on, Bells. You're so desperate to give us your rating.
But I thought, screw you. I thought we were going to do. You wanted to do if you were going to play it again and just give the rating and move on. But no, that's fine.
Even after I gave my rating and then.
I don't care. You chose me. Maybe he messed up. Okay, not a worry. So yes, I'd give it a rating. I'd probably give it a 6 out of 10. So I would. I think it's not overly mind-boggling or something, but I feel like it's solid enough where if you have a few people that are wanting to run on it, or you want to run on it yourself with randoms, you could do it, no issue.
Blows.
On the fact that it didn't, it's difficult because I'm saying the battle royale obviously is pretty decent, but in terms of this update, 2 out of 10.
Yep, I would echo that. I would give it 2 out of 10. And the only reason it's not a 1 is because we got some free stuff. If we didn't have the free stuff, it would be a 1 because they did something.
Watch out for the daggers coming from Bellsway.
Yeah, don't care. Deal with it. But as we did say, the saving grace was the community game. So we played a few of them. We played a game mode where you had to escape from a haunted house, and there was a grandma who sort of walked around the house, and if she saw you, she would catch you and kill you. That was pretty fun. What other game modes did we play?
We did the sorry, Bells, you probably want to talk about this being the Five Nights at Freddy's fanatic, but Five Nights at Freddy's prop hunt, that was so fun, where you had to use a little gun to change yourself into a prop, and then obviously the other team had to shoot all the props to try and find you, and then we'd spend half the night either chasing each other around the map while one of you was a minuscule little teddy bear.
Yeah, that was fun, to be fair. It would have been a lot better if we had more people, but at the time there was only the 4 of us on it. Yeah. I think if we went back and planned it and said, see if we can get 10, 12 people, that could be actually genuinely a fun game to go and play.
Yeah.
Just to touch on the grandma game mode again a little bit as well. There was 4 of us then. It seemed like a good number. I think we played that a couple times, but after that I wouldn't think there's too much replayability. But it was just nice that there was more content that we could access that wasn't by Epic, and it sort of saved Fortnite in that sense.
And this goes back to your comment about the laziness from Epic. People are creating this stuff in the community maps. Why couldn't Epic create that in the main game?
Why couldn't they reach out to these people and say, look, we've got our Fortnitemares coming out in 6 months' time. We've seen you've made this. How about if we give you some money or a load of free V-Bucks or whatever? Can you do some updates to it, or can you make a new map for us, or work with us and try and make a game mode that's similar to this that you've made or whatever? But yeah, it felt quite lazy. But on the flip side, it did save us because we then spent 2 hours playing all these extra game modes. They're the two that I remember the most. There was another one which was this monster, and we weren't allowed
Shy
to look at it.
Guy. Yeah.
Shy Guy, yeah. And we had to go into this abandoned factory and try and find keys to open doors or tools to open vents and things like that. Bells didn't play that because his computer kept crashing, which I guess is
do you know why that was? Do you know why that was? It was literally one wallpaper skin. That's the only thing I changed in the entire thing. That one wallpaper, anytime it came up, crashed. And it always seemed to come up. And I took it out of rotation, archived it, and put on a specific different wallpaper. Got in no issues. So I think that's absolutely wild.
Fair enough. Yeah, so we played that one as well. That we didn't spend too long on that. It wasn't particularly exciting, but we did spend some time on it.
Yeah, we didn't finish it, did we? Just because we ended up just backing out so that we could get Bowers back in. But we did the murder mystery as well. That would have been interesting if it was more people. It was
essentially Among Us, wasn't it? The murder mystery one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. To which, very easy who to find out who the killer was when I murdered Lol. She goes, after saying hello, Bells.
Yeah, she went, oh, hey, Bells.
I can't help that. I'm very expressive.
Like, oh, I wonder who the murderer could be.
I know, it's like, who done this? Who got her?
There's between 4 of us. I wonder who it could be.
So note to anyone out there, if you play the murder mystery, make sure you're not in Discord chat. Potentially mute yourself when. To be honest, I was going as I died, so you were always gonna.
It's very easy to know.
Reasons to enjoy in-game chat is all I'm saying. You know what I mean? That would have been cut off straight away. I will say, look, my opinions on the community games. Obviously, I had a bit of issues getting on. Granny was class. It was a fantastic game. The prop hunt for FNAF was fantastic. And what was the other one? We done a theme park map where you just ran around. There was a little mess around. The one thing I will say is my mind boggled at what people in the community are actually able to make. It's outstanding. It really is. It's as you say, it's a saving grace for the entire community. Epic obviously knows that, started bringing them to the forefront for Halloween spooky stuff. I've never turned around and said that I had ever got scared of Fortnite until I played that granny, to which she came around the corner and caught me. That scared the crap out of me. But I mean, as you say, Pierce, it's insane that you have that in a community. Why not do a wee competition? Why not say, guys, here we're at Epic, we're looking to get some Fortnitemares content. Make your map, send them in, you'll get a cross prize for the top 5 or whatever. And then they're on display for everyone to play. It takes it out of Epic's hands. There's plenty of talent out there to do it. Why not be more involved with the community that they used to be? They used to be so involved. They used to run competitions. They used to do all these different things. But now, obviously, Epic is such a large name. They're not just all about Fortnite now. They have I'm near sure they have other game titles. I'm not going to lie to you and say that I know any of them, but I'm sure they have their own Epic Games store. They're running that. They're making more money. It just feels like they're letting their flagship, is how I would say Fortnite is. They're letting their flagships slip.
How hard is it to actually find the Battle Royale mode as well? Was that just me, or was I just...
It was just you. I found it immediately.
Yeah. So
as always, LOL's main issue with games is a skill issue.
I have to say, look, I'm in agreement with Flo. It changed it. The way it used to be is you would have your community games as a separate thing. Now they have it all on the play section, but they don't have anything showing below each screen as to what is Battle Royale and what is a player-made map or the Horde Rush mode. So I can understand LOL's confusion there on finding it. It didn't take too long of checking in on different things, but it's one of those things where it wasn't the first bit you were on. The first thing I think was the Horde Rush, and then it was 2-3 rows across was just playing the normal Battle Royale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's enough.
Oh, so too much agreement with LOL there?
Yeah, too much agreement.
Yeah,
Nothing agreement with LOLs.
Yeah, get that.
What else have we been playing this week? we're at the end. We've done our ratings. We've done all that. The community stuff was good. The update itself was pretty rough.
Would you play community games again?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we're looking at getting back to those, right? So.
And how would you rate? Like I'm saying, like overall the experience of the community. How dare you? You got to give a rating. That's why
I'd rate a 7. Just because I feel like we could, I did not realise those kind of things were introduced to Fortnite, and I feel like we do like monthly community nights. We could easily like bring those into those.
Prop hunt would be unbelievable.
Would be great.
I'll give it a really quick 4. It was good. It's going to take a bit of time sifting through and finding out what game modes are actually going to be decent. Some of them have massive flaws, little community made, so it is what it is. But yeah, a 4. It was double as good as the one that Epic did.
Yeah, I'd give it 8. I enjoyed them, and I think with the volume of games that are out there, it saved it for me. You know, when I first playing through, it definitely saved it more for me than if there was no community games, and that was just what we got, which was the Battle Royale and the Horde Rush. So that would be my opinion on that.
Okay. So, what else have we been playing this week? What other games have you sunk your time into?
So, as you know, because you were there, we have been playing CS2 this week, which I never understood how much I enjoy aim assist in games until I had to play a game where keyboard and mouse was my only option, and hitting your target was actually very important. There was a number of occasions where Pierce killed me. Very unfortunately, I wanted to kill him because he was on the other team. Loved it. I do. I think getting a couple more goals on it would be fun with CS:GO. Now, one thing I will say is I just hate the fact that you can only have 5 people in a group. You can all join the same game, and it'll split you out. However, but it's not. Do you know what? We're doing another review on another game. No, yes, CS2 is what I was playing. And Farming Simulator.
We were just playing casual. That's why we're on different teams. But yeah, my Valorant background helped me out very much on that game because I just shot you in the face.
Didn't feel casual with the way you were going about it.
Yeah. If you play and you play to win. Well, I've still been playing the AFC a lot, and that's pretty much it. I don't think I've been playing anything else. Lols, any other games?
I played some Tropico 6. They're releasing a lot of DLCs for that at the moment. So for any kind of, I don't know if you describe it as strategy, but like world building kind of games, that's good fun. There's lots of content around that. And
Game Pass as well.
I hope not because I paid for it.
I was going to say, is that free DLC or is it?
No.
I'm pretty sure it's on Game Pass.
You better not.
Or maybe it's Tropico 5.
I'm pretty sure. It's...
Not with all the DLCs coming out. I don't know whether it would be on Game Pass. Bless you.
Sorry, I'm allergic to you.
And then what is on Game Pass, I believe, I've been playing Escape Academy, which is really good fun. Really a bit of a cartoon effect kind of escape simulator.
Is that game that I said I'd play with you? Yeah, that's enough on that one then. I did also notice that Bells played another game, which I put in our chat and said, guys, this is 4-player. We could all play this together.
Hang on.
And then I look and Bells is playing it on his own. Gotham Knights on Game Pass. Escape Academy, I said to you, by the way, there's this game that's like Escape Simulator on Game Pass called Escape Academy, and it's multiplayer. We can play it together. And have you finished it? Have you completed it?
No.
Oh, great. Okay, well,
I don't know that the multiplayer is any different to the single player.
Yeah,
but anyway, moving on.
Okay, so you two have just been playing games without me. That's fine. That's what I've learned today.
We didn't want to bring it up in the Pettifoggers chat, but you know.
Fine, don't worry about it. I'll find sure loads of other people who want to play games with me.
Look, there's plenty of things. We could always, you know what we could do? We could always just do reviews on the games that we like to play separate without you, Pierce.
Right, well, what games are coming out next week, Lars?
There is
She's on your list now.
Oh, she has not done her research.
There is I can't say because that's what we're playing next week. Unless you just want me to skip straight onto that.
You can absolutely say what we're playing next week.
Yeah, you can say what's coming
There
out.
is,
Just don't give it away.
Step around the topic, love.
No, we're playing a new Call of Duty update next week, aren't we, Lars? Talk to us about that.
Yeah, so there's obviously the Halloween event for Call of Duty next week. I don't know much about it. I've kept it quite. I'm not looking into it because I just want to play it and see how it goes. But usually, I have enjoyed the Halloween events in the past on Call of Duty. A couple of years maybe I didn't. I thought it was a little bit like the Fortnite event, a little bit samey to the year before. But some of them I've actually really enjoyed. So we'll see.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to giving it a go. I imagine it's going to be a copy and paste again, which I'm not too excited about. But yeah.
Have any of you pre-ordered the Modern Warfare 3 and are playing the beta? No.
Not at the price that it is.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
I bought the last few and not enjoyed them or played them very much, so I'm out.
Yeah, that's the same for most people. Is how much are you really getting out of it?
Any other new games, Lars? We've filled a little bit of time there for you to open up your list.
I can't open my list. I can't change
because you don't have it.
Is that because you computer does sum up her gameplay. Okay, well, there's some games coming out next week that we're not aware of. I think maybe Spider-Man. I don't know. It might be the week after. We'll let you know. We'll let you know on the next podcast the games that we missed. Let's just hope nothing's coming out and we've not missed anything. It's going great. Are there any other questions? I can't remember. No script. all that's left is LOL's outro.
The classic LOL's outro.
And
LOL what?
Wait. She's asked us to big this up for her because all week LOL's has been working on an outro song. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
She was telling us about it earlier, wasn't she, Bells? And she's so excited. Yes. She said, I've worked on the lyrics. I've worked on just the song in general, the music that accompanies it, and the choreography.
I thought it was a strong choice of her to do it by the tune of Bop. Yeah, really, I thought that was a strong song to go with, but
Yeah, mixed in with a little bit of Rick Astley at the end, which we don't want to spoil it though. But she's been working on it really hard for at least a week.
Bells,
and she's so excited.
When I cue, I need you to just make a noise saying beep, if that's okay. Can you make a beep? Yeah.
Beep.
On cue. I will point at you. I will point when it's on cue. This is our outro. We are the Pettifoggers. Piers is a
beep.
Lovely man.
That is it for this week. Next week we'll be playing Call of Duty.
You said the song was 7 minutes long, earlier.
Piers is a
beep.
Lovely man.
Yeah, so we'll be back again. We are Lollington X.
Why am I doing?
Cheers for Piers.
I could have just done.
You
I doing a beep.
Right, you two.
Got a beep.
You two work really well together. So disappointed you don't play games with me anymore. Okay, well, yeah, Call of Duty next week. This has been wonderful. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.